Hello and thanks for joining us for tonight's News at 7, where we get to the heart of the day's stories and into our communities across Scotland. Tonight, what next for Rangers after head coach Russell Martin is sacked? We'll get all the analysis from our sports news correspondent Chris McLaughlin. Also tonight, calls to speed up compensation for infected blood scandal victims. We will have all the sport with Lewis. Lewis, I'm guessing more Rangers reaction tonight?
That's...
Hello, I'm Amy Irons and welcome to the News at 7. Now, around 3,000 people in Scotland have had their lives ruined from the infected blood scandal. During the 1970s and 80s, people were given blood transfusions which contain viruses like hepatitis C and HIV. Nearly £12 billion has been set aside in compensation by the UK government. One lawyer, acting on behalf of dozens here, says the process is too slow, with people dying before they receive a payout. Someone affected by the infected blood scandal is Megan. Her relationship with her father broke down because she thought he was faking his illness, but it turned out to be hepatitis C. Let's get a roundup of some of the stories on the BBC News app in Scotland today then. And a 3-car collision forced the closure of a road in the Whitfield area of Dundee this morning. 8 police vehicles and 2 ambulances attended the incident. Leading Aberdeen businessman Ian Suttie has died at the age of 80 after suffering from dementia. He had a successful career in oil and gas and donated millions of pounds to good causes. Engineers are still working to restore power to homes left without electricity following Storm Amy. Scottish and Southern Electricity Networks said several hundred engineers would be working to reconnect homes. And organisers of Wigtown Book Festival have hailed another successful year despite being hit by that storm. Many events had to be moved from marquees into other venues during the high winds and heavy rain. Well, for more information on all of those stories, you can just scan that QR code on your screen. It will take you straight to the BBC Scotland News app. There is more for you there, including an interview with indie band Idlewild on the need to protect small music venues. Now, for farmers who often work long hours, 7 days a week, a trip to the doctor can end up pretty far down the priority list. But now pop-up health huts have been introduced at auction markets across Scotland to encourage those working in agriculture to get themselves checked out. Farmer George McFadden from Perthshire felt unwell but expected it to pass, not realising that he'd had a stroke.
To what is a massive game for Scotland.
I know, that's to come later in the week.
Yeah.
What's it been like for Bob?
Oh, what a run.
Brilliant few weeks. He'll be back to Oban for a party.
Loving life, isn't he?
He'll be back for a party. Thanks very much, Liz. Let's talk about cerebral palsy now. Each year in Scotland, around 150 children are diagnosed with the condition. Damage to the brain can happen during birth or a child's early development. One Scottish poet and campaigner, Jack Hunter, has written a poem to break the stigma around it. It's called More Than Palsy. I caught up with Jack and Stephanie Fraser from Cerebral Palsy Scotland a little earlier. Jack, you're nodding along there. As you say, the original poem was all about your own personal experience, particularly going through school. But the new film, it's more than that. What do you hope that people take away from this?
Yeah, and absolutely. And I think it's also about just...
Let's see how the weather is looking with Christopher. This Amy's been really problematic.
I thought you'd be keeping a low profile.
I know.
It's turning though, much drier and much more settled. And lots of pictures coming into us today from our weather watchers with some sunshine, although... Asked Amy.
Great timing. Lots of nice sunny symbols there,
like
Christopher. That. Thanks very much. And thanks to you for joining us. That is all from the news at 17. Keep up to date with all the latest on your BBC News app. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back with you tomorrow. Good night.